Unlock the enigmatic allure of charm with insights from The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene. This captivating tome unfolds in two parts: captivating anecdotes of irresistible personalities, followed by practical techniques for winning favor. Embrace the art of likability with our 35 video episodes, each unveiling the secrets within Greene's masterpiece to captivate and enthrall those around you. In episode 10, we delve into a common dilemma, encountering individuals who, despite their outward appeal, repel romantic interest with their off-putting demeanor. Greene's astute observation of the anti-seducer reveals personas to steer clear of, lest you wish to cultivate your own magnetic charm and allure. 1. Identifying the specific types and qualities that make someone utterly anti-seductive. Greene provides a veritable rogues gallery of insufferable anti-seductive personalities, illustrating each type with cringeworthy historical examples. There's the self-obsessed windbag like former British PM William Gladstone, whose painfully long-winded lectures and pontifications bored the very female targets he hoped to impress, like Queen Victoria herself. Few things snuff out the flames of desire faster than someone who incessantly monologues about themselves without pausing for air. Then you have the insufferable bore, lacking basic social graces and emotional intelligence. Greene shares the anecdote of a French aristocrat who foolishly assumed his lady was ready for sex after just minor flirtations, severely offending her with his boorish presumptuousness and total inability to read her cues. Skilled seducers exude finely tuned attunement. Bores projecting arrogance achieve the opposite effect. Perhaps most off-putting are the needy suffocators who get weirdly obsessive and clingy before you've even decided if you actually like them. We've all had that one friend who prematurely love-bombs a new fling, only to repel the target's interest altogether with desperate insecurity. As Greene notes, love takes time to develop, something suffocators cannot comprehend. The examples go on, from stingy cheapskates to reactively insecure loose cannons, constantly seeking fights where there are none. The unifying thread is that anti-seducers utterly lack self-awareness and the emotional intelligence required for the delicate dances and psychological calibrations of seduction. 2. Understanding the root insecurity that makes anti-seducers repel rather than attract. At the core, Greene defines anti-seducers as being fundamentally insecure, self-absorbed people, unable to grasp the psychology of another person. This toxic insecurity creates a negative force field that does the exact opposite of what a skilled seducer looks to achieve. Instead of enveloping their target in focused desire, anti-seducers deflate intimacy over and over. As Greene bluntly puts it, their needs, their anxieties, their self-consciousness close them off. Anti-seducers are so consumed by their own anxious egos and emotional issues that they constantly kill any budding feelings of attraction through oblivious words and actions. Rather than considering their target's experiences, they're always projecting their own neuroses onto every exchange. So what's the lesson? Part of developing true seductive power and allure is being able to recognize anti-seducer types and qualities when you encounter them in the wild. That way you can disengage early before they lure you into their toxic, desire-repelling force fields of anti-charisma. And perhaps more importantly, we must all look inward and examine our own insecure existences for lurking anti-seducer tendencies to be radically aware of and adjust. The path to becoming a master seducer begins with brutal honesty about your own qualities, habits, and neuroses that risk unintentionally repelling intimacy. 3. Some scenarios. 1. You match with someone on a dating app who initially seems interested, but then starts bombarding you with excessive messages, calls, and demands for attention before you've even met. Classic qualities of a suffocator. In this case, you could anti-seduce by becoming extremely unresponsive, taking hours or days to reply briefly if at all. This withdrawal of attention and enthusiasm may deter their suffocating behavior. 2. You start dating someone who proves to be extremely critical, judgmental, and attempts to remold your personality and habits, exhibiting moralizer traits. You could anti-seduce by briefly acknowledging, but not arguing with their critiques. Then quickly change the subject or end the interaction politely, starving the moralizer of the engagement they need to persist. 3. An office colleague who you have no interest in constantly tries to flirt with you and make sexual overtures during meetings, displaying brute behavior. An anti-seductive tactic would be to look unimpressed, ignore their comments entirely, and refrain from any personal conversation whatsoever with them. This indifference discourages the brute. 4. You encounter someone at a social event who seems to only want to talk about themselves incessantly in a boring manner, exhibiting windbag qualities. You could combat this by very visibly yawning, checking the time, and making excuses to extricate yourself from the conversation as soon as possible without giving them the engagement they crave. Anti-seducers are the polar opposite of what we should strive to become. So keep Greene's warning signs top of mind about the types to watch out for. Avoid those anti-charisma black holes at all costs when you sense them. And most crucially, get radically self-aware about whatever insecurities you need to purge and attitudes you need to adopt in order to not sabotage your own seductive power with unintentional turn-off behavior. The greatest seducers exude a grounded confidence and concern for their targets, qualities that toxic insecurity suffocates. Now, something important. Make it a daily habit to learn something truly beneficial that enhances your life. Remember, the content you feed your mind is like nourishment for your brain. Be deliberate in your choices. Otherwise, be wary. Algorithms are often crafted to manipulate your thoughts. Reflect on that. Now, we're excited to announce that we're now welcoming contributions through subscriptions to aid our upcoming projects and bring you exceptional content. Join us by subscribing today.